What's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's your bro, Richie here. Today's video is now part two on the Plymouth GTX. So with that, today's video is now part two on the Plymouth GTX. So without further ado, let's begin. So the next one I'm on is 1968 to 1970. Overview as always is first, so let's do it. Model years is obviously 68 to 70. Body and chassis next. The class, so body and chassis next. So body and chassis next. Body style, two types you can choose from a two-door is either a hardtop or a convertible. Either way, it's perfect. Platform was the B body. It's related to the Dodge. Platform was a B body. It's related to the Dodge Coronet, Dodge Coronet, Charger, Plymouth Belvedere, and Plymouth Satellite, Plymouth Satellite. Powertrain is next. There's two versions of the V8s. So we got the old school iconic 7-liter Hemi 426, and the 7.2 liter RB 440. Gearboxes, you could choose either a 4-speed manual or a 3-speed auto. Dimensions is next. Wheelbase 2946 millimeters. 116 inches dead on for wheelbase. So 2946 millimeters. 116 inches dead on straight for wheelbase. Length 5149 millimeters. Round up like nearly 5150 millimeters. 202.7 inches in length. Width 1941 millimeters. 76.4 inches in width. Height 1389, or round ups like 1390 millimeters. So 1390 millimeters. 54.7 inches in height. The only one that's missing is the curb weight. Not sure what it is. Got no idea. Anyways, moving on. So on 1968 to 1970. Starting off with the first one is 1968. Here we go. Chrysler introduced major changes in the design of the 68 model Plymouth B bodies. So Plymouth B bodies, and the GTX was given was given a completely new look. The GTX was given a completely new look. And the GTX was given a completely new so can't even talk properly. And the GTX was given a completely new look. There we go. It's not like I'm saying New York, but new look. It's a new look. And a new hourglass body replaced the previous rectilinear design. A new high performance 440 standard in the GTX, as well as a torque flit automatic gearbox. While that was an extra cost option in the Roadrunner for Plymouth, the GTX used the SS, so Sport Satellite trim, and was offered in two-door body styles, convertible and hardtop, with without the B-pillars. All featured dual horizontal racing stripes on the ending lower sides ending with a GTX emblem ahead of the rear wheel openings. The GTX was positioned to be an upscale model of the Roadrunner by adding elements of luxury to performance. Next, 1969. So in 69, the G in 69 the GTX's sales dropped when the Roadrunners also offered in a convertible body style. the GTX received minor the GTX so in 69 in 1969 the GTX's sales dropped when the Roadrunner was also offered in a convertible body style. The GTX received minor cosmetic changes to both the taillights and grille, as well as the side marker taillights and grille, as well as the side marker lights. An optional air grabber hood. An optional air grabber hood, standard on Hemi motored cars, featured functional openings on both sides of the hood that were controlled from the dash. The 69 GTX had standard black lower body side paint, in place of the previous stripes. The standard 7.2 liter 440 RB V8. The standard RB motor, a 7.2 liter 440 V8. The standard 7.2 liter RB 440 V8 was still rated at 375 horsepower. Pretty good. This was the last year, final year that the convertible models available on the GTX. Total production was 701 convertible versions in 1969. Of those, 11 were equipped with a 426 Hemi. So 11 were equipped with a 426 Hemi. 4 of them are 4 speeds, and 7. So 4 of them were 4 speeds, and 7 had torque flip automatics. Hold on a second.